I loved most about getting into the industry was product. Always be working with product and merchandise and going out, and we'll go out to retail stores and we'll shop what trends are going on, work with trend agencies to see what colors are coming out next year, what the trends are, what the fabrications are, things of that nature, and developing products that meet those trends, or seeing what's at retail and then taking those retail items and converting them for the corporate industry. Working with my employees, mentoring them, helping them to achieve their goals, whether it's their personal goal outside of work or it's a goal within work that's their professional goal. I'm trying to help people achieve those goals is really what I enjoy.
I get to do what I love most, which is write all day. It's helpful as well that this particular group of women and I have very similar beliefs and very similar interests in politics and justice and that sort of thing, so I'm writing about something that I care deeply about. But just the fact that I get to, again, change hearts and minds all day long, that's a lot of fun.
I really love what I do. I love the variety of what I do. I love doing problem solving, I love doing research, I love being in front of the client and helping them think through what they truly need. I love being in front of groups. I love the learning around it too, because every time I'm working with people, I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
With history, you got the globe. You have got every single possible culture that you could possibly study, every different language. One of the great things is you get to learn languages. I'm reading Portuguese magazines right now and listening to Spanish on my way into work, so I can talk when I go to Colombia. I choose what I want to do. One of the things that's important to me is family. So unlike being in a place that says, no, you need to be here till 9 o'clock, I am the boss and I get to say, I want to go home now. And because I'm so passionate about my work, it's about getting the work done. It's not about being in that office for 9 to 5 just because you need to punch a time clock. That freedom to do that is incredible. It's incredible. It's a great gig. It's a great gig.
I'm very fortunate in my job in as much as I have a lot of flexibility. So on any given day I may have appointments and things to do, but I set my own agenda. But I don't have a typical job in insurance. Let's say you're an insurance salesperson. Your whole purpose is to build a supply of customers and constantly build a supply of customers. So I'm very fortunate that I don't have to go through that. The most fun is insuring businesses, professions. So whether it's doctors and surgeons who have requirements for their professional liability, or accountants who have professional exposures, or it's engineers who are creating things, or it's companies that build things. The most heartwarming thing that you ever run across in insurance is when you realize that you've helped somebody. So when someone's house was burnt down, or something like that. And I'll give you a classic example. We work with insurance agencies in my network all across America, and about 6 or 7 years ago in Oklahoma, we had a terrible tornado, and it took out the town of Joplin, and hundreds, if not thousands of houses were destroyed. And one of the insurance agencies in my group was there. And 3 of their own employees, their houses were blown away. These employees showed up for work every single day. In fact, the insurance agency was blown away. They had to work out of a caravan. And the people in my network got together and we collected money and we sent it to them. And I have to tell you, it's one of the most heartwarming things and the most grateful things, because first off, those people didn't expect to get the help. They understood how the people in their own profession appreciated their dedication to it. And to me, it's a real example of the type of people that come into our business and the types of things that we do for people in the business. Now, they had their own insurance, but when you've got 3 children and you're living in a hotel, it would be really nice if you could live in a nicer hotel and someone paid for the babysitting. So those were the types of things that we do. And I think because in insurance, we're so close to people who have terrible things happen to them. So whether it's getting hurt in an automobile accident, having something stolen, being involved in a workplace incident, these are the worst points in people's lives. And yet insurance doesn't solve these problems. And just getting money doesn't always solve the problem. But in retrospect, the money is always the thing that that helped you out. There's a phrase that one of my colleagues uses: we don't really sell policy. What we do is we sell the comfort after something has gone wrong.
I think the intellectual curiosity, the fact that I can kind of pursue questions I want to pursue. I get to, sort of be on the leading edge of what's going on inside of an industry or field. I can pick up the phone and talk to CEOs and talk to industry players, and they are excited to want to talk to me and get to engage into sort of interesting challenges. So I think getting the pulse of the market, pulse of what's going on inside of an industry is just really interesting.
I enjoy most about my job is the people with whom I work. Oftentimes people, they don't feel valued. If they don't feel that there's good and adequate communication, they'll leave an employee. I don't have that here. The moments at work that make me the proudest are when I open up an email or I get a phone call from somebody, as I did this morning, complimenting somebody on my team for a job well done. Especially if you've had some influence in working with them on developing a presentation, maybe giving them a little guidance with regard to how they do what they do. The more that you leverage your team and you let them shine, the more reflection is on you as a leader. And that's a pretty good feeling.